Good evening and welcome to the program. The Institute of Banking and Business Management, together with the Center for Excellence in Financial Inclusion, hosted the inaugural Mobile Money Conference earlier this month, which was held in Port Moresby. As the name of the conference suggests, the main topic of discussion was mobile money. Mobile money, in simple terms, is any value of cash available for transfer, withdrawal or deposit between bank accounts through mobile platforms. With people in both rural and urban areas of Papua New Guinea owning mobile phones now, it was put forward during the conference that mobile banking can be used as a tool for financial inclusion to cater for the unbanked that are mostly in the rural areas of the country. Here's Lian Jorari with the story.
The Institute of Banking and Business Management, in partnership with the Center for Excellence in Financial Inclusion, hosted the inaugural Mobile Money Conference 2 weeks ago at the Gateway Hotel in Port Moresby. The one-day event welcomed presentations and panel discussions from well-renowned international and national guest speakers, as well as the chairman for IBBM, Central Bank Governor Loy Bakani, deliberating on the topic of mobile money in Papua New Guinea and how it can be used as a tool for financial inclusion in the country.
Financial inclusion objective is very clear. The objective is to extend financial services to the people who we call unbanked, meaning that they do not have bank accounts, they don't have access to any financial service, whether it be a credit facility or a deposit facility at all, or just advisory facilities or services that is not available to them.
International speakers present during the conference included Professor Godfrey Kiama, e-banking advisor from the Central Bank of Kenya, as well as Tariq Hussein, an expert in mobile commerce and innovation from Sybase, an industry leader in delivering enterprise and mobile software. Also present was mobile communications research consultant from the Economic and Public Sector Program, Dr. Amanda Watson. Representatives from financial institutions around the country were also present, as well as network service providers like Digicel.
Digicel is an avid supporter of financial inclusion in PNG, and as a telecoms provider, we partnered with and aligned ourselves with many organizations, including financial institutions, to provide everybody access to our network to encourage growth in each of the respective areas.
Banking the unbanked was the main topic of discussion at the Mobile Money Conference.
I think the need is there. The fact that you have so many areas that are just not accessible by even cars in a lot of the time. So the market is definitely ready. I think the infrastructure is ready now with the cell towers everywhere, and the people need these services. So when we look at the market that we work in Asia, PNG has been ready for a long time. And and as you have the central government and the governor here very much supporting the initiative, it's really a case of we're ready, the population's ready, the need is there, and it's really a case of now we just need to make it happen.
Most of the unbanked live in the rural areas of the country and have limited or lack of access to traditional bank branches, but who nevertheless own mobile phones. The consensus met was that mobile banking can and is playing a critical role in financial inclusion by providing access to a growing number of banking services. However, more is needed to be done by the appropriate stakeholders in order for mobile banking to fulfill its potential as a tool for financial inclusion and development.
These places have typically poor access to water and a lack of basic services such as banking, healthcare, education and so on. They also have a lack of services to media and communication. Media and communication options are really largely absent in rural areas. There's no postal service, there's no daily newspaper deliveries, there's often no television reception. Radio is one thing that people do have, and radio broadcasting is very important, reaching out to remote areas. But there's also lack of landline phones, there's no fax machines, internet cafes, and so on. So mobile phone service, which has now spread to rural areas, is very important, and in many places is the only, apart from possibly radio broadcasting where people have batteries for their radio receivers, apart from that, mobile telephony is the only modern communication device in most rural areas.
A mobile phone is a way forward for Papua New Guinea. It sort of a solution to this hurdle of traveling long distance, people traveling long distance to do their banking, to access any services that are available in the towns. So it's a way forward, meaning that it's a less costly opportunity for Papua New Guinea, and that's why we are moving together with all the stakeholders, digital, including using the platform and the banks using their own platform, the systems to advance mobile banking in Papua New Guinea.
We'll discuss more on mobile banking when we come back. Welcome back. The mobile money industry is growing tremendously around the world. Various service providers are bringing it to different countries, aiming to make banking a whole lot easier. Some financial institutions and mobile service providers in Papua New Guinea are also offering mobile money products. Let's take a look at some examples of mobile money products in other countries as well as in Papua New Guinea.
Mobile money is a term used for any value of cash available for transfer, deposit, or withdrawal between bank accounts through mobile platforms. Mobile money falls under the subset of e-money. Through the gradual popularity of smartphones in the last decade, banks around the world have harnessed the power of mobile phones, creating applications to suit the schedule of the client, thus making the banking process easier and more flexible. The growth of the mobile money industry has been tremendous. According to the Global System for Communications Association, as of September 2013, the number of mobile money services has grown to over 190. Kenya's M-Pesa service is by far the most visible mobile money success story. M-Pesa, launched in 2007 by Kenyan network provider Safaricom in partnership with Vodafone, had over 1 million active users within 7 months. Other examples of mobile money services with significant market traction include Standard Chartered Bank's Breeze, Commonwealth Bank's Kaching, Dutch Bangla Bank's Limited, and Square from the US. Currently in the country, there are a number of mobile money products available. Bank South Pacific offers the One Talk Money funds transfer solution performed via BSP mobile banking, in which funds can be transferred from a BSP account to anyone who does not have an account.
It's a product that we promote to send to people without a bank account. So the person who sends the money, the transfer, they are a customer of the bank and a fully identified customer, but they're sending it to someone who doesn't have a bank account. So we call it a domestic remittance, and it's just going to someone who has previously been unbanked.
With ANZ's Go Money, one can send money to family or friends, pay bills or transfer funds between ANZ all using a mobile. Digicel Sell Money is a financial service that allows subscribers to deposit and withdraw and transfer cash, buy and send top-up and pay bills from the Digicel mobile phones.
As part of our roadmap for mobile money in PNG, we launched Digicel Sell Money in July 2011. As our wallet is a non-bank-led wallet and it's primarily used for basic functionality, storing funds, transferring money, depositing, withdrawing.
I'm here in Gare village in the Central Province. The last ATM machine was back in Port Moresby, a 45-minute drive away from where I am. Mobile banking, however, has already been active here in the village, with nationwide microbanks MyCash at the forefront of this. MyCash is a product from Nationwide Microbank and serves as a bank account that enables users to buy goods and services, process bill payments, send money transfers, and deposit or withdraw cash. Lohia Hera is a local MyCash agent from the village and operates out of his home conveniently located at the heart of the village, a stone's throw from the beach. Close to 70 people in the village own MyCash accounts and frequently pay Lohia visits to make transactions.
But the good thing about this product is it shortens the hassle of being traveling to town and coming. Like you spend less when you operate from MyCash. So like if I want to get something in the store and on credit, and if I don't have cash, then I can transfer the money into his account and get the goods. So that's the good thing about it. You can also always transfer money from my cash to another my cash client.
And it's done instantly?
Yeah, it's done instantly.
MyCash is quite unique here in Papua New Guinea. In fact, it's quite a unique product on the worldwide stage because it is a bank account and a mobile wallet. In a lot of other jurisdictions around the world, mobile network operators have launched mobile wallets, which is a vehicle to access finance. Here in Papua New Guinea, we took the mobile wallet and we merged it into a bank account. So MyCash mobile wallet is a bank account, it's a savings account. You can earn interest, for example, we pay 0.5% interest on our MyCash mobile wallet. So if you go into Nationwide Microbank today, you can open up one of these wallets just like you would open up a bank account.
You can see information like you can transfer money from MyCash client to another MyCash client. You can deposit and withdraw. Can have digital top-up directly. When you register, you can pay bills. You can have direct access to EasyPay. Like when EasyPay finishes in the house, you don't have to go and buy flex or top-up. You just access it through your MyCash account. So that's some good things about these products here.
But with the right environment and educational support, the full potential for growth of the mobile banking industry will be realized. Product offering, however, might need to move away from the product-driven concept to a market-driven concept. Designing products according to the needs of the clients will drive the industry to the next level.
Stay tuned. When we return, we'll look at how mobile banking can be made possible for all Papua New Guineans. Welcome back to Business PNG. Papua New Guinea has a rugged terrain, and efforts to establish infrastructure to deliver services has been very challenging for the government as well as the private sector. Mobile banking can only be successful in Papua New Guinea if appropriate infrastructure is put in place to enable it to occur efficiently. Telecommunication and other relevant infrastructure are vital for mobile banking to be used as a tool for financial inclusion in the country. Security is also a concern for mobile banking, so relevant systems also need to be established to make mobile banking successful in Papua New Guinea. Let's now take a look at how these priorities can be met.
In order for mobile money in PNG to truly succeed in the country and emulate the efforts of M-Pesa and other mobile banking systems around the world, the nation's infrastructure would need to be upgraded and rehabilitated. Many of the unbanked live in rural, isolated areas, far from any phone towers, resulting in little to no network coverage. Many still have to travel from remote villages to their nearest townships or stations just to have access to a strong signal. Apart from development in telecommunication infrastructure, the energy sector is another key sector for financial inclusion through mobile banking.
Power, for example, in PNG, I was reading up that its access to power is limited to 10% of the population. And that's really a very stark number because...
And power is also vital for the use of mobile phones, especially in rural areas. All battery-based mobile phones need electricity to charge, and in rural areas, this downfall is a challenge that most of the population in these areas contend with.
And while people might want to access some form of product that helps them to reduce the risk of carrying around cash and the risk of being held up by rascals, we also have to think about the challenge of recharging mobile phone handset batteries and wonder how that would perhaps be addressed through in places where there's no electricity.
Due to infrastructure development, paving the way for electricity and telecommunication access, the people of Buang in the Morobe province now have access to services previously unattainable. This rural electrification project has well complemented the use of mobile phones. The combination of cellular network infrastructure improvements and the global mobile market will guarantee the widespread availability of progressively capable and cost-effective consumer mobile products. Technology alone, however, is not enough to ensure that these products will be fully leveraged by the nation's unbanked population. Mobile banking's potential success in PNG runs parallel to the nation's regulatory environment. Far more than technology, regulation will be the biggest factor in determining how quickly today's unbanked move towards full financial inclusion.
Mobile banking is a new culture, a modern culture that we're introducing to our people in Papua New Guinea. And I believe that we would look at the legislative framework that protects the consumer as well as the providers of the service. And I will work with the Bank of PNG and our officers in Treasury and other stakeholders to come up with the most appropriate legislative framework.
The most common regulatory concern regarding mobile money is crime. Like any other system enabling financial transactions, mobile money is sometimes exploited for criminal activity. Safety measures have to be implemented to protect clients from fraudulent activities such as money laundering. During the conference, Professor Kiyama stressed the importance of having a national ID system in place, a system in which every mobile user with an active SIM will be identified and their details recorded.
Also of most importance is the implementation of a national identification system for Papua New Guinea. You need to put in place a national identification system in order to determine who is a PNG citizen, because you've got porous borders with Indonesia and you've got relatives and the other people who are the same on the other side of the border. So you would need to define who is this service going to be done for, and that is significant in order to avoid money laundering as a measure.
Central Bank Governor Loy Bakani at the conference articulated about implementing such measures.
Money laundering in Papua New Guinea is, as anywhere else also, is a big issue. We have a law that called POCA, Proceeds of Crime Act, that prohibits prohibits money laundering. There is a potential for mobile banking or mobile phone banking to be used by those people who perpetrators of money laundering, and we have put in place for all the stakeholders or the service providers who are doing this, introducing mobile banking. They have in place checks and balances on what we call KYC, and know your customer. So in fact, when we do in terms of our regulation also, we put it out to them that on mobile banking they have to have very strong and vibrant know your customer methods of assessment before they can open up accounts, and also to monitor their transactions on an ongoing basis. So this is the way. So they have to know what their customers are doing to ensure that they are not using mobile phone for money laundering.
Business PNG also spoke to Treasurer Don Pollier about the issue.
We'd like to support in terms of putting in an appropriate legislative framework to making sure that the mobile users, their interest is secured, and also that it is one that protects providers as well as those who are benefiting from this important service.
Also on the government's agenda for mobile money and financial inclusion is the implementation of an effective national payment system, the Real-Time Gross Settlement System, or RTGS for short. The Real-Time Gross Settlement System is a funds transfer system in which the transfer of money takes place from one bank to another on a real-time basis. This means that there is no waiting period and that the funds are transferred immediately.
I would like to see the mobile banking system integrate into the central government's the RTGS system, the real-time gross settlement system that the government through the bank has instituted. So we see the mobile banking system is incorporated into this already existing policy within the Bank of Papua New Guinea. We like to later extend and build upon the mobile banking system to more commerce and other business and trade related activities using the mobile phone. And finally, of course, we'd like to make sure that the mobile service providers and those that are benefiting from it have a robust and a very effective a financial ecosystem that drives inclusive growth, that everyone is included in the financing service provided through the mobile banking system.
With the government taking charge to implement directives for protecting mobile clients and ensuring safe mobile transactions, mobile money can indeed be a powerful tool for financial inclusion. The main uncertainty, however, lies in regulation. It is critical for government to advocate and adopt policies allowing efficient delivery of a broad range of digital services to the unbanked population, whose primary source of information technology is a mobile phone.
And that's all we have for you tonight. If you would like to watch this episode or any of our previous episodes again, visit www.mtv.com.pg and go to our Business PNG page. Also, remember to send us your feedback via Facebook, Twitter or email. Until next week, I'm Dennis Orere. Have a pleasant week. Bye for now.